Good morning! Good morning!
Good morning. Welcome to The Price is Right. How much do you think this kettle costs?
In Canadian dollars? Check out what I bought. We finally have sweet walkie-talkies, yo.
Roger. What's your call sign? You can pick anything, whatever you say.
Arctic Fox.
Arctic Fox, okay. I'll be Whale Blubber. Arctic Fox and Whale Blubber back in Iceland. But first, today's video is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Squarespace is an awesome place for photographers, or anyone really, to build a professional looking website really quickly. There are a lot of community-driven aspects that go beyond building the website as well. For example, you can make a gated community area to both earn revenue and connect with your audience. And if you're looking to streamline your photography business, there are loads of options to integrate third-party e-commerce programs, which allow you to take payments, manage inventory, promote products, and even streamline your bookkeeping and accounting. Of course, all of this is a bonus beyond the beautiful and easy-to-use Squarespace website templates they're known for. So, head to squarespace.com/Brendan Vanson for a 10% discount on your first purchase. Now, see me talking without sound? Well, it turns out I forgot to put the mic into the part of the camera where you're supposed to put a mic. So there's not a whole lot of talking from Whale Blubber today. But what I will be telling you is that we're in Iceland for an epic 10 days of midnight sun chasing and location scouting. Today, we're cruising towards a ferry to take us to the western fjords. This is a good find, man. Like, just randomly stumbling across. Everybody comes to Iceland and they go to all the classic spots, but stuff like this is almost everywhere. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay, we made it to the ferry. The ferry is just ahead of us. It's being unloaded right now, and it's like a 2-hour crossing to the Westfjords. We're on Snaefell's Nest right now, and I have never done this before, so I have no idea what it's going to be like. I have no idea if there's going to be seabirds or anything in the water or islands to photograph, but I do have my 100 to 400. This is going to be my favorite lens to use today, I think, with puffins and birds and stuff. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the ferry. I love a good ferry ride, so let's get on this thing. The baleen ferry swallows us up and hauls us across fairly smooth waters towards the western fjords. Along the way, we bask in oddly sunny seascapes and watch the world float past us. We pit stop in an island plopped right in the heart of the sea, and I wonder how odd it must be to live somewhere so small, surrounded by the oft wild waters of Iceland. Then, we disembark in the natural playgrounds of the Westfjords. We made it across. It's the ferry we just jumped off of, and we are in the Westfjords. Woo! For the first time. I've never been here. I've never been to the Westfjords, and we're heading that way. We're heading west. Are we actually heading? No.
Yeah, we are, man. We're heading west.
We're heading west-north. We're heading north-northwest.
West.
To go find puffins. But first, to set up camp. There's nothing like exploring somewhere new. There's this air of anticipation that literally anything can happen. Each bend turned, a new mystery solved. Each hill crest, a new epic view. It's the heart of June, and the near midnight sun is gently riding across the horizon. So as we set up our camp to a very Icelandic backdrop, we don't see the sunset, but turn. And just as consistently as the earth spins, so do my audio failures. You can't hear me, but I'm probably saying something like, I've never gotten the chance to photograph puffins before, and I'm so excited. And then something clever like, oh Greg, a puffin. I've been wanting the chance to photograph puffins for so long that when I first saw one, I was so excited that I forgot how cameras work, and this ended up as my first photo. Don't worry, they get better. Here the puffins burrow along the cliffs, They tuck away behind grassy patches, peeking out only to pose majestically for the occasional photo. And while taking a picture of a puffin here isn't hard, getting a great image is definitely a challenge. Despite the great light, close proximity, and the perfect camera equipment, capturing something unique is never easy. Still, above the cliffs with the sun filtering behind some sea haze, I definitely managed a couple keepers. Here's a small batch of my favorites. And with the sun moving across the horizon in near parallel, I started to look for landscapes to set onto the awesome sky. Okay, so the puffins are awesome, and honestly, I wouldn't say they're easy to photograph, but they're not hard to photograph. I was struggling a little bit with trying to get the right light because I really like photographing wildlife backlit. And sunset happens not straight down here but an angle, and the sun's been moving along the horizon like this and shading them a little bit, so the light wasn't perfect, but there's definitely like 5 or 6 or 20 photos in there that I kind of like, and there's probably about 200 that I took in a span of an hour. But I got to the top of the cliff and I found another photo that's not a bird photo that I like, and it's kind of taking me back to my roots of long exposure selfie. I've got my camera set up here. I don't have my camera set up here, it's in my hand, but I will set up my camera here. Basically, there's all this really beautiful white wildflower catching the last bit of sunset, and it curves towards the point, and then you have waves and the cliff and the sunset, and I think it's gonna look phenomenal. I think I'm going to ruin the photo by putting myself in it as well, long exposure selfie style, and hopefully it comes out cool. I'm looking for about a 6-second exposure, I think. In the end, I worked a photo both with myself in it and one without. Which one do you prefer? I took another image the exact opposite way too, although slightly less dramatic. So it is 12:38 a.m. and the sun is still up. And we still have 20 minutes or so of sunlight. It's kind of funny, not only for that reason, but because we came here for puffins. The whole goal was puffins. And on this trip, the goal coming to the Westfjords was puffins and to location scout. And I liked photographing the puffins. After so many years of the puffins being elusive to me, it was great to finally get a couple photos. But I only photographed them for like 20 minutes before I was like, I feel like I need a better challenge. And the landscapes here are just so phenomenal that that challenge felt like something better to tackle. So it's funny, we came here for the puffins, and now this is, I think, the 3rd different landscape photo I'm trying to take. I'm photographing now with the 100 to 400 straight down the road, and there's like a set of different cliffs, and the light a minute ago was really awesome. Now it's still pretty good, but I think this photo is pretty cool. I've got a hard grad ND filter on, holding in some light, and it's kind of sideways, and it is f16 1/8 of a second, ISO 100. Let me lengthen this time lapse a bit. Isn't it just incredible that the sun just slides across the horizon? By the time it fully set, it was totally out of the frame. And after it finally dropped behind the horizon, we jumped in our vans and headed back to camp. Of course, we couldn't complete the 30-minute journey before it popped back up again. We are at camp now. It's actually the next day. That's my blue tent there. Yeah, I totally forgot to end yesterday's video, but it was amazing yesterday. We had incredible light for like 4 hours, so managed to get some good photos, and more than anything, just had an awesome time. It's so rare to have days like that in Iceland. Usually it's more like this. Getting rained on, getting wind. Not miserable, but not also the most incredible light ever like we had last night. So that's episode 1, puffins and landscapes. And I think next episode we're gonna go chasing some waterfalls. So I'll see you there. Peace.